Something in the Orange by Zack Bryan starts with something like this. That's your basic intro. I'll show you the parts now, and there's a little riff part that goes like this. And some pretty cool solos towards the end and some nice new voicings. But first of all, before we go any further, let's get the basic 6/8 time signature strumming pattern sorted. So we're going to focus on our strumming hand. As we just mentioned, we're counting to 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So your rhythm pattern should sound something like this. And if I put the counting with it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, or for those that like working with strumming direction, easier visualization, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. But it must be a lot quicker. It should be something like this. So it's a nice, quick strumming pattern. Nice and easy, but nice and quick. And remember, it's 6/8. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Now let's move on to see what our fretting hand is doing, what the chords look like. Working with a basic E minor 7, so you're going to chord sound like this. And what you need to hear is listen to those 3 notes and try and hear those 3 notes as it plays through. From the E minor 7, you can hear the bottom open first string, the D with the F sharp bass. You can hear that note's now gone higher. And for the G, what's the pinky? So it's very important we hear those notes in the background. It's the same for the bass note. The bass is going here. That's on the E minor 7. That's on the thumb's grabbing the top for the D with the F sharp bass, and then the G I'm playing like that. I'm not going to get too much detail because I'm assuming that you can really play the basic shapes. And let's put them all together. E minor 7 like this, often like that, but not for this song. Like we said, we want that open E. It should sound something like this. Now I'm going to get both hands into view. And I want us to pay careful attention to the one little bar of 3/8, sort of in between the E minor 7 and the G. It's going to go like this. What's really happening there on the E minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, count it to 6, D with the F sharp bass, 1, 2 and 3, that's where the 3/8 comes from, and G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 bars of that. So if you put them together, you have this. Slow motion, I'm going to try and get better view there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your intro to the first line of the verse. Then for the second line, when he sings, these things eat at your bones, you're going to sort of reverse the process. You're going to go. So it's 1G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D with the F sharp, 1, 2, and 3. And E minor again, E minor 7. Going twice. So if you analyze it, there's 3 chords per row. The first chord is 6 count, second chord 3 count, third chord 6 count twice in a row. Now we basically jumped across to the verse, which means by now you've got a good understanding of the introduction of the actual rhythm for the song. Now getting back to the intro, so you're working a little bit backwards, okay? You're going to start with 1 bar of E minor 7. And then you hear this. Okay, excuse a little fluff note over here. And let me show you this little riff over here. It's starting with a slide from fret number 5. That's my 5th fret on the 5th string. Sliding to fret number 7. Playing the 4th string open. 5th string open and into the G. So super slow motion, your introduction at the very beginning of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then while on the G, it's going to have to come back to the E minor. G is going to go. And then is simply fret 2 on the 4th string, open 4th, open 5th, and back to E minor. And that's your introduction. Now there's a little solo part as well, but the solo needs some overdrive. Now again, make sure you have a copy of the PDF. The intro tune is going to sound like this. You go to fret number 7 on the 4th string. You bend it to sound like the 9. Now I don't mind if you bend down like this, or if you bend up. That's not going to make a difference, okay? But after you've done that long bend, you're going to have, and all that's really happening there is the 7 is sliding to the 9. You jump up to the 9 on the 5th string, and you slide to the 10. After that, the next part's going to be 9 with like a hint of a bend onto the 7. So it's not a big bend, just a hint of a bend, like a quarter tone bend. And then you're going to have a little reverse slide from the 9 to the 7. And that's your next phrase. And that's your introduction. Now, let's go back to the strumming parts. I'm going to go back to clear again. Okay, to recap, you got your introduction, you got your little slides, your little bends, and you got your little, and all those parts. Okay, now for the verse, I'm going to go over again. We started with the verse. It's E minor, D to the G, G to the E minor 7. And just to get a different angle so you can see the finger movement, and see the fingers lift a bit clearer over here. And I want you to listen for those notes as you go from the E minor to the G, and then those 3 notes in the second line when you go from the G to the D to the E minor as you go through those 3 chords. Here we go. And you go through again. Really as basic as that. For the chorus, you're going to have a C add 9. It's going to change angle again. And your chorus is pretty easy. You're going to have C add 9 to G, which is quite an easy change. C add 9 is basically D played wrong if you think of it. Fingers 3 and 4 on the bottom 2 strings in the 3rd fret. There's your C add 9. Your G is 1 on top. This time, normal D, no F sharps. You don't have to hook the top string. And E minor 7. So your rhythm's going to go something like this. And now it's just 1 through for each chord, for the chorus. It's really, really basic. But halfway through the chorus, you're going to hear an overdrive guitar, if you listen to the original track, playing these notes, which sound really, really cool. Now my overdrive is on. Watch for the slides at the end of the phrase, but you're going to start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you got the little slide part. Now let's just break it down slow motion. You're starting with number 10, all on the 4th string, number 9, number 7, still on the 4th string, and then the 5, and then you finish off the 5 with the 5, 7, 9 slide, but you're only picking once. So if you watch my hand there, pick, slide, slide, slide. And very important on the technique side, what I'm doing is I'm actually holding those strings to make sure that these strings can't make a noise. My thumb is resting on the top 2 strings, so when I do that slide, there's no chance of any of the other strings vibrating by accident. This is pretty much the essence for Something in the Orange. The second video I'm going to do is actually going to focus exclusively on the solo. So for those of you who want to do the solo, want to learn the solo, you'll see your video number 2. The purpose of this one was just to get you through the basic chords, the basic strumming pattern, the intro, basically the sing-along part. Okay, if you're playing in a band and you want to do the solo, video number 2. Catch you later.